Oh my goodness. I have had some wild dreams or nightmares. Oh, so have you been demonizing the masculine? Apparently, I have been, and I didn't know it. I always love it when I'm in the dark. So I call this blog slash video audio thing that I do. I titled it, Have You Been Demonizing the Masculine? Three Nightmares and a Revelation. So that's pretty much the truth of what happened. I had these three dreams really close together, but they were absolute nightmares and yet so good for me. So I thought I would share because I love talking about dreams. Did you know that your nightmares can be blessings? Dreams are often parables that are meant to change us in some meaningful, pivotal way. Dreams are incredible teachers and growth catalysts when you sit with them and work with them to improve your life and fulfill your purpose. Dreams can heal you, guide you, instruct you, comfort you, and confront you. As you'll see in these dreams that I had, or scare you into action, as my nightmares did. So, if you're praying for guidance or answers, look to your dreams. Take the inspired action that they're leading you towards. Dreams often illuminate our next best steps forward in life. And my three nightmares of the week did exactly that for me. This was last week or the week before, but it was intense. The anguish. Oh my gosh. The anguish I woke up with was so real. And yet, the dawn of new understanding born from these dreamtime experiences, at this point, it feels exquisite. It feels freeing. It really was a gift to have these nightmares. The first was about the inner feminine. The second was about the inner masculine. And the third was about both of them together interacting. So that doesn't sound so bad, now does it? Well, delivery is everything. My first nightmare is me trying to fall asleep on a very dusty desk in the kitchen all day long, like all day long, with no luck. And I'm trying to wipe this thick dust off of this desk in the kitchen, and I just cannot fall asleep. And then all of a sudden, suddenly I realize I'm supposed to be taking care of my 3-year-old granddaughter all day. And I didn't do it. So absolute panic, terror, horror, anguish just fills my entire being as I race up the stairs, hoping and praying she's okay. I open the door to her room. It looks like a tornado has ripped through her room, and she is buried underneath a huge pile of clothes as she sleeps in her crib. All I see is her perfect little hand poking out. I swoop up with a million apologies, and all she says is, I'm hot. I notice she's covered in urine, so I have to change her clothes, even though all I want to do at this point is hold her close and never let her go again. It was so genuine. I wake up, I am stifling down a wailing cry in the middle of the night. All right, that's dream one. Now, dream nightmare number two. I am face to face. It's just, this is the only thing in it. I am just face to face with my 8-year-old grandson who is choking on food right before my eyes. His eyes are pleading and terrified. He can't breathe, so he can't talk, he can't breathe. And so I start yelling in absolute anguish again. No, 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 as I jump to give him the Heimlich maneuver, and I wake up again, choking down my own wailing. Uh, I put in my blog a picture of this kid just bawling her face off, and that's how I felt. And it's the middle of the night, so I don't want to like wake up the house with my grief, but it was intense. So then I have a third nightmare, and thank goodness I am just an observer, but oh my goodness. This one is violent, but there's no blood. So listen at your own risk, but again, there's no blood. Um, I see a demon in my dream. I see a demon disguised as a man, and he's on my left, maybe 10 feet from me. Then I see an angel disguised as a woman on my right, and she's walking toward the man. I know the angel plans to kill the demon, just like in that show, Supernatural. She gets face to face with him to banish or kill the demon, but just before she stabs him with her angel sword, his hands immediately morph into huge tree roots, and he thrusts them up under her jaw all the way through her head and splits her head wide open. There's no blood. Instead, her opened head is radiating pure light, and her body instantly turns into pure white and gold ash or dust that falls to the ground all around this pure radiating light. The light is obviously brighter than the sun, it's whiter than the sun. It's just, but it does have a little like flecks of gold, but it's so gorgeous. So, so gorgeous. Okay, I feel shocked, I feel confused, and I'm asking myself in the dream, how can a demon kill an angel? Is she even really dead or just transformed? Then I wake up. I feel shocked, stunned, confused, curious, awestruck by the light. What? Is what I ask myself, of course, like, what the heck just happened? It was so fast, like, bam, it was done. And I'm like, how, what? Oh my gosh, cannot compute. But ultimately, when looking at all three dreams, doing the dream work that I do, so I have these really close together. So to me, they're all related. I have to ask myself, am I demonizing my inner masculine? And I ask you, have you been demonizing your inner masculine or the masculine at all? Until this dream series, I didn't realize the depth of my fear of losing my femininity to my masculinity. I really didn't know it was there. I was really happy to see that it was there so that I can make a conscious decision from this point forward. But after looking at this dream, now I have to wonder if the divine masculine's actions are what will reveal the divine feminine. This is so powerful when we take a look at ourselves. To me, our inner feminine energy is about our spiritual direction in life, our ability to rest and receive without guilt or shame, our reception of intuition and insight, our nurturing mama bear qualities, the living velvety dark womb of creation. To me, that's all inner feminine. And I see our inner masculine as the response to this intuition, the action taker, go getter, firefighter, advocate, and protector. This giving, releasing energy that's as natural as peristaltic action after receiving nourishment. He is our Papa Bear energy. So we're all both energies in one body. But I was neglecting my inner feminine, and my inner masculine was choking to death. Hello. Talk about a wake up call. I decided to sit still, close my eyes and imagine my grandson and how I feel about him. I really like to go inward and feel deeply. I was present at his birth, and my love runneth over, as they say. Then I did the same for my granddaughter, who I got to catch at her birth. And wouldn't you know it, I feel the exact same way about both of them. Grandson, granddaughter, boy, girl, female, male, masculine, feminine. I feel the same. So I wrote down these qualities. And to me, when I dream about my grandchildren, I like to know what they represent. So I wrote down what they mean to me to help me decipher my dreams. So to me, they represent that, well, they are unconditionally lovable always. And they're very loving. They're innocent, pure, radiant, creative, brilliant, hilariously funny, super fun, joy, joyfulness, free spirited, authentic, genuine, and natural. They're still very young, so they haven't developed self consciousness, especially my 3-year-old granddaughter. My grandson's 8 now, so sometimes he gets a little self conscious, but mostly he's still a free spirit. I look at them and I listen to them, and I really, gosh, their voices are just so beautiful to me. And their smiles are like the sun in my heart. These kids will never not be worthy of my love and affection. I absolutely delight in their presence. So I decided right then and there to forevermore see my inner masculine and feminine with the same love, affection, and delight as I do my grandchildren. I want to know, how do you see your inner masculine and feminine? How do you relate to them? A lot of times I ask a bunch of questions based off my interpretation of my dreams, but please know whatever memories or ideas that pop into your consciousness that make sense to you is absolutely meant for you. I find value in the story, these parables that bring us home to ourselves and our connection to source. Dreams are rich with symbolism that speaks with us in our own unique ways. So if you hear my dream, it's really nice and helpful to say, if that were my dream, it would mean this to me. And then take your interpretation and make it happen in your life. Use it in your life, is what I mean. So contemplate the questions, but don't ignore your own intuitive hits within the dreams. Is there a problem you've been facing but not seeing clearly? One of the thoughts or feelings I had about having that head crack open or split wide open was an inability to see things clearly. And obviously, I hadn't been seeing my inner masculine and feminine clearly. And so that's why I asked this question. What have you been facing and not seeing clearly? We all have decisions to make, and if we don't see clearly, it's hard to make decisions, especially ones that make us feel good. How has your perception of masculine and feminine energy within or outside of you affected your decisions and subsequent emotions? So, for example, are you getting ideas and not taking action, and then maybe feeling frustrated or sad or confused, like, I don't know what to do, but really you do, but you won't do it. You know what I'm saying? Do you find yourself in a space of alchemy and transformation, like a kitchen, but instead you're falling asleep to your divine work in this world? Are you full of radiant passion, but buried under piles of a soiled self image that needs changing? I think that's relatable for a lot of us. Are you choking down your self expression? Hmm. If you've been demonizing any part of you, I hope my nightmares and messages encourage you to hold yourself in your heart as I do my grandchildren. Allow your divine inner masculine to penetrate you. Open your mind and get you out of your head so you can emanate your divine inner feminine. As I told a dear friend long ago after giving her a remote healing session, stop arguing with the feminine. So many of us receive inspired ideas, but immediately argue our way out of taking action on these gifts. Hashtag relatable. It's time we remember that we're both energies all the time. Breathing in, feminine. Breathing out, masculine. Receive intuitive hit, feminine. Express gift, act on it, masculine. Create a divine inner union rather than a neglected and choking one. It's as effortless as breathing. If you'd like to make fulfilling your soul's purpose as effortless as breathing, let's work together. My information will be in the show notes below. Have a beautiful day.